If fame opened every door for you, but also placed a knife at your throat, would you still chase the spotlight? And if 10 armed men once hunted you through the night, would you ever truly feel safe again? Before you judge your choices, ask yourself
What would
this.
you have done?
What rival demanded silence? In 2005, Shanghai's nightlife was alive with neon lights, laughter, and the constant hum of traffic. It was the kind of night where nothing felt out of the ordinary, until panic ripped through the street. Footsteps thundered. Men shouted. Steel flashed under street lamps. A young woman ran in terror, chased by more than 10 men wielding knives, screaming her name as if this hunt had been planned long before she ever stepped outside. This was no movie scene. The woman was Linda Chung, a rising TVB star, crowned Miss Chinese International, and adored as the embodiment of purity and grace. That night would permanently fracture her life, even if the public never saw the cracks. Linda's story did not begin with luxury or protection. Born in 1984 in Vancouver to a financially struggling immigrant family, she learned early that life offered no safety nets. Dreams had to be practical. Stability mattered more than fantasy. While other children imagined stardom, Linda dreamed of security, of owning homes around the world, so she would never again feel displaced or powerless. Ironically, that desire for safety would lead her straight into one of the most ruthless industries imaginable. When she entered the Miss Chinese International pageant in 2004, fate seemed to tilt in her favor. Her beauty was gentle rather than aggressive, her smile sincere rather than practiced. She didn't look ambitious, and that made her irresistible. When she won, TVB executives wasted no time. They signed her immediately, branding her as the next chosen one, a successor to earlier goddesses who had risen from hardship to superstardom. Opportunities poured in faster than she could process them. Roles, endorsements, magazine covers, each step pulling her deeper into a world where image mattered more than truth. Her early screen appearances reinforced the illusion. Linda was cast as the innocent girl, the kind audiences wanted to protect. Fans adored her, and executives praised her obedience and softness. But in Hong Kong showbiz, innocence is not armor, it is bait. And soon, rumors began circling. The first storm broke when she was linked to Ekin Chung, a top-tier star whose relationship with Gigi Leung had long been viewed as untouchable. Paparazzi photos showing Linda and Ekin behaving intimately off-camera ignited outrage. Overnight, the narrative flipped. The goddess became the villain. Online forums labeled her a seductress, a homewrecker, a schemer hiding behind a pure face. Linda's silence only fueled the fire. When she finally addressed the rumors, her words were cautious and restrained, too restrained. She said she wanted a partner who valued family, ambition, and preferably worked outside entertainment. To many, it sounded like damage control. To others, it sounded rehearsed. What no one expected was that the next man associated with her would be even more powerful. Raymond Lam was not just a TVB star. He was a wealthy heir with deep roots and influence extending far beyond the industry. From the beginning, their connection felt different. It was louder, more public, almost theatrical. Paparazzi caught them repeatedly. Hotels, dinners, hand-holding, yet no confirmation ever came. That ambiguity became poison. Linda was criticized for leading him on, while Raymond was framed as the passionate pursuer who refused to let go. During the filming of Heart of Greed, whispers spread about a kiss that went too far, lasting far longer than the script demanded. From then on, Raymond's pursuit reportedly intensified. Daily messages, extravagant gestures, public intimacy that felt less romantic and more territorial. Yet Linda remained suspended between refusal and acceptance. She neither embraced nor rejected him outright. In an industry where women were punished for saying no and destroyed for saying yes, hesitation may have felt like the only safe ground. Then came Shanghai. After a routine night out following filming, Linda stepped toward taxi. A black car screeched to a halt. Doors opened. Men poured out, knives raised, shouting her name and ordering her not to run. For seconds that felt eternal, she froze. Then instinct took over. She ran. She fell. She crawled. She hid in garbage along the roadside, shaking and silent until the men vanished. Hours later, she was found barely conscious. From that night forward, her body remembered what her mind tried to forget. Panic at flashing headlights, terror at the sight of blades, breakdowns triggered by darkness. The public was stunned. Why would anyone target her? She wasn't a veteran power player. She hadn't challenged anyone openly. And yet, the attack carried the unmistakable tone of a warning. Not random violence, but intimidation. Theories exploded. Had she offended powerful insiders? Crossed a forbidden boundary? Been caught in a struggle far larger than herself? No arrests were made. No truths confirmed. Silence swallowed everything. What followed only deepened the damage. Raymond Lam distanced himself abruptly, later claiming their intimacy had been nothing more than a company-arranged publicity strategy. To Linda, it felt like erasure. Headlines painted her as discarded, used, and exposed. She withdrew from work, emotionally shattered. Then another scandal erupted. Intimate photos tied to Raymond threatened to ignite a catastrophe reminiscent of the Edison Chin scandal. Millions were reportedly paid to suppress them. In a move that baffled many, Linda publicly defended Raymond, expressing sorrow over his pain. Some saw lingering affection. Others saw a woman trying to regain control of a narrative that had never belonged to her. Soon after, she pivoted careers, debuting as a singer. Her album succeeded briefly, earning awards and praise. But even that achievement was poisoned by rumor, accusations that unnamed female singers had traded relationships for opportunity. Once again, her name surfaced without proof. By then, exhaustion had settled deep into her bones. Years of rumors, ambiguous relationships, and unspoken threats had taught her a brutal truth. Fame offered visibility, not protection. In 2016, she made her final choice. She married quietly, far from cameras, and stepped away from the screen. She became a mother, then a mother again, choosing anonymity over applause. Looking back, Linda Chung's 15-year journey reads less like a fairy tale and more like a cautionary chronicle. A poor girl seeking security, a goddess built by an industry, a woman chased by desire, by power, and by knives in the dark. Who ordered that attack? What line was crossed? And why was silence the only option afterward? Those answers may never surface. But one thing is clear. So now, the question returns to you. Do you believe Linda Chung's departure from the entertainment industry was an escape or the bravest act of liberation she could have chosen? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more deep dives into the hidden truths behind fame.